You're watching Cover to Cover, our guide to the Sikh and Punjabi books that you need to read. This week we're introducing Understanding Sikhism, the Gospel of the Gurus by Choor Singh. This book was first published in 1994 by the Central Sikh Gurdwara Board of Singapore. This book was printed in a soft cover edition, and its slimline format makes it an easy to use piece of work that can be taken pretty much with you anywhere. As the title suggests, Understanding Sikhism, this book tries to present an overview of the Sikh way of life, particularly in the context of what was taking place in the Punjab throughout the 1980s and early 1990s, at the time when the author brought this work into print. Dr. Choor Singh Sidhu was an advocate and solicitor based in Singapore and sometimes Malaysia, although he had studied in London in the United Kingdom. In this work, it typifies his style of simplifying many different concepts and trying to provide what is essentially an overview to some quite complex subject matter. Across some 45 to 50 pages in this work, the author introduces a chronological narrative to the Sikh way of life and how it came to be in the Punjab region in South Asia. Around a third of the way into the book, he brings us up to the modern era before starting to look at the Punjab in the 1980s and 1990s, and why in the 20th century Sikhs started to face some of the political problems that they did. He goes on to look at some elements of Sikh ideology and contrasts Sikhs with the Hindu people of the subcontinent. Whilst the formatting of this book leaves a lot to be desired, the same cannot be said for the subject matter and the words. The author has a no-nonsense style and gets straight to the point. If you're looking for a lot of context and detail, this is not a book for you. I like to think of this book as a commuter's companion because its slimline format and easy to read style makes it the kind of book you can pull out of your bag and have a read whether you're on a bus or a train or a passenger in a car. The fact that it has a no-nonsense style means you can jump to any particular section and start reading immediately. The book opens with a number of colour photographs and images before a preface from the author introducing his reasoning for putting together this body of work. There are some 20 sections, or chapters if you will, throughout the rest of the body of work before going on to look at references, a glossary, an index, and a little bit about the author himself. There is also the inclusion of a poem by the author, as well as an artistic statement. A number of black and white sketches appear in the work, as well as direct quotations from people which are clearly marked and usually referenced. In essence, this book is an introduction to Sikhs as a sovereign people, both historically and ideologically. And in particular, it tries to contrast Sikhs from the Hindu people. It tries to look at how in the 20th century a merging of these two quite distinct communities was begun through both academia and political devices. The author leaves the reader under no illusion as to what his opinions are on this subject matter, and although this is a brief introductory text, that does not take away from its value, particularly for people who are new to what was going on to the Sikh people in the Punjab throughout the 20th century. But we want to know what you think, so please leave us a comment below and let us know what you think of Understanding Sikhism, the Gospel of the Gurus. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep watching more Cover to Cover, our guide at naujawani to the Sikh and Punjabi books that you need to read.